Hey guys, today we're looking at the Jamman's external foot switch. If you have a Jamman, or in my case two Jammans, you need the external foot switch. It is a must. It's useless without them. It can be done, but live situation, you're pushing shit uphill. On the official pedals, button 1 is mode, and that stops the loop. Button 2 is down, and that switches the loop up and down, or clears out the looper. And button 3 is up, and that clears out the loops or goes up and down. So using the official pedals brought me to quite a few problems, so I'm going to go through them first before I get to my solution. The problem was that mounting them. Now if I mounted them side by side, they are very long and it just takes up too much precious space on your pedal board. Now if I try putting them on top of each other, because of where the TRS jack is positioned, it meant that I couldn't push them together completely, and also too, because of the back of the bottom pedal being on an angle raising upwards, when you go to try and press a button on the top pedal, it's at the same level as that bottom pedal, and so you've got to basically use your toe to try and get down and actually press that button, which when you're in a live situation, pretty useless. You want things to be easy to get to and simple and fast. Lastly, sideways and side by side. Now this is how I ended up mounting them on my board, with the mode button at the bottom, because the mode button stops the loops and that's the button you're going to be using the most. Still, once again, this was annoying because of the TRS jack and where it was positioned. I couldn't push the pedals close enough together, so they took up a lot of space, and just trying to get the cables around everything was a right pain in the butt. So all of this was a huge letdown, and without the external switches, live looping with two Jammans, it's impossible. So there had to be a better way, and here it is, my foot switch. I jumped on the interwebs, found a circuit diagram for the foot switch, ordered the components from eBay. It came to about 20 bucks for everything, and then slapped two foot switches into one enclosure. Now how I laid out the switches goes like this: 1, stop for pedal 2, 2, stop for pedal 1. 1 is closest because I stop loop 2 more often than loop 1, and when I press stop 2, it stops both loops. Usually when I finish the songs, when I do this, I want to stop both loops. 3 is down for loop pedal 2, which is great for clearing loop 2 if you want to leave the rhythm running on loop 1 and then start creating a new song again on loop 2 and tripping out the crowd because you're just keeping the song going and growing it into this big long huge thing. It's really cool, so it's quite a fun thing to do, but without the ease of that button it would be very difficult to try and do that in a live situation. 4 is down on looper 1. I don't use this because it clears loop 1, and I'll get to the reason why in a minute, but yeah, it's on there, but I don't use it. I never touch it. Now button 5 and 6, they are the up buttons for looper 1 and looper 2, and I've positioned them right next to each other because when I'm finished the song and the song stopped, in one press on my foot I can hit both buttons and clear both loopers, ready to start the next song, and it's just quick, easy. You're not having to press 2 buttons each time, forgetting that you've cleared out one loop. You know, when you hit those 2 buttons in one go, boom, you're ready for the next track. I've got minimal tools and electrical knowledge. All the information is online: how to solder, the circuit diagrams, what all the parts are. If you're a little bit electrically inclined, give it a go. I didn't find it too hard to do at all. But if you're not electrically inclined, head to your local luthier. They'll be able to whip you up one, no worries, and I'm sure they will be cheaper than what the originals ones cost, because the official pedals, they range from $90 to $130 each, so 260 bucks for 2, or 20 bucks in components and a bit of time and research for one awesome pedal that does everything I want it to do in a live situation. Well, I hope you found this interesting, maybe a little bit useful if you're looking at getting Jammans, and as always, subscribe on YouTube, hit like on Facebook, stay tuned for new videos, and thanks guys, I'm Paul, see you later.